Good morning. My name is Man, and together with my co-mediator here, Zar,
And good morning,
um,
everyone.
we would like to welcome all of the parties to our mediation session today. Um, we acknowledge the seriousness of the issues being presented to us. Um, understand that these issues covers environmental contamination, economic loss, community impact, and the commercial implications for all parties. And we would like to remind everyone that we are a neutral facilitators in this session. We are not here to judge you. We are not here to assign fault or make any decision. Our role here is to guide the process so that all of the parties here find a mutually acceptable way forward. Okay? And I would
Yeah,
like to remind everyone that this mediation is confidential. Nothing said here will leave this room unless all parties agree otherwise. No, Zar?
yes, as Man mentioned, confidentiality is the central. This is a safe space for honest discussion. We'll also be observing the process to ensure everyone has equal chance to speak. If at any point of time that you need break or clarification, please let us know, yeah? Okay, all parties, can you please turn on the camera for us to begin our first session?
Okay, so to give you the laydown of the land, today's process will include the first one, opening statements from each of the parties without interruption, yeah, without interruption. The second part, the parties can state their interests or whatever issues that they have, and we will listen to each of the parties' issues and interests. And then we will move on to a private caucus sessions with each parties. And then after that, we will have a second joint session focus on evaluating options based on the first joint session as well as the private caucus sessions. Okay, we ask all participants to speak respectfully and allow each other to be heard fully. And with the ground rules established, we will now invite each of the parties to share their perspective on this dispute. We will begin with Dato' Atan. Um, the floor is yours.
Terima kasih, mediator. Thank you. Hi. Assalamualaikum semua. I am Dato' Atan on behalf of Orang Asli. Thank you, mediators, and thank you everyone for being here today. Sekejap, I ada letak sini. Okay. My name is Dato' Atan, and I speak on behalf of the Lake Dome Orang Asli Corporation. For generations, our community has cared for the land by using compost and natural methods. Our farm is not only our livelihood, it is also a learning space for the kanak-kanak sekolah, the NGO, and all the visitors who come to understand sustainable and traditional way of farming. When we learned that our soil was contaminated, it was shocking and deep disappointment. The compost yard is our hati, our jiwa of our land. And the contamination has affected not only our crop, but our reputation as a community that practice clean natural farming. Our kanak-kanak education program had to stop. Our income pun stopped overnight. The entire 10-acre area is now at risk untuk setahun. And many family of ours depend on this land. The issue has created worry and sadness in our community. We, with Fresh Veggie, have been neighbors for many years, and we value peaceful cooperation. We are not here to fight or blame, but we do need to restore what has been lost: our land, our dignity, and our ability to welcome people to learn from us. We appreciate that Fresh Veggie, and we thank for this mediation. We hope hari ini we can find practical and fair way forward. For us, the main issue, the repair of the soil, fair compensation for the durasi we cannot farm, and the steps to prevent like this kind of incident from repeating again. Yes, this is all from me. I pass to my anak Alan to continue with the his part. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Dato' Atan. Alan?
Saya boleh cakap ya? Saya boleh cakap ya?
Boleh.
Hello. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Miss Mediator. Thank you. My name is Alan. I as Sarawakian, the blood of Sarawak, I serve as community member in charge of all the science and environment matter of our people, the Orang Asli Corporation, and we have actually a very good bond with ministry. You all should be scared, I'm ministry, you know. So today I want to tell what really happened, scientific finding from what I found to the land. Okay. I want to share my report. I need to share my report. Okay. This report, right? The title is Chemical Analysis of Vegetable Samples from the Farm. Okay, this one I don't do. This one I take from Lab Eco Analytic all way far from Kuala Lumpur. Not here, not Sarawak. No, all way Kuala Lumpur. Okay, you see, this report was made 25th of September. Okay, the person that collect the sample is people NGO, very nice people. They don't like one side. No, very honest. This report no fake. Okay, let's go to the detail. What happened is in this report, the nitrogen level at 450 ppm during my study days, right, in London. Okay, during my study days, this 450 ppm is very high. It's not good for the purpose of our land. You see, 450% more of what a compost-based organic farm should have. You know, it's way big than what we're supposed to actually get. The phosphorus here, you see, the second column, 320 ppm. It says, okay, 320. That shows 6 times higher. That's the threshold. How are we doing this? See, this is unfair. See, unable to control this. Okay, let's go further. I'm telling based on facts, report. Okay, the soil pH shifted to 5.2. See the third column there? The third one, the third point? Yes. So if 5.2 means it's too acidic for the microbes to compose and to survive, and it will leave traces of what we call it of a cadmium. Okay, this cadmium consists of the scientific way is fertigation and corrosions. That's what the English people would say. So this metal is naturally found in our soil. So what the lab actually concluded, right? You see the last para, it says the conclusion, the soil is no longer suitable for organic certification, and this will pose health risks, you know, if we didn't fix the problem. Okay, that is on the content of the material there. Now we go next report. I bring 3 report today. Next report. Okay, this one is test, it's a test on the soil. So what happened here, let me just tell you lah, the tester is very fair one. There's someone consultant from Ipoh. We don't just go KL, we don't just go Johor, we go Ipoh this time, okay? This consultant very fair, they test on the soil. So this team, right, when they test the soil, right, okay, first, before we go to the report, you need to understand one thing. The core of our activity is farming. So the soil is like the heart, It cannot be like damaged or rosak like that. No, cannot happen. So let's go to the content. We go to the content. Okay, it says that nitrogen at 3380. And there is nitrogen. Nitrogen there at 380 ppm, phosphorus at 290 ppm with 80% reduction in microbial life. This is important because it will collapse and decompose the whole ecosystem. The contamination cannot confine and it will spread across all these 10 acre farm. How are we supposed to sustain the business? And then you see, what's important is the chemical signature of the fresh veggie, right? That tank, that chemical match the signature for our soil that shows that there is a leakage from this tank. Okay, I confident it's from the tank. I confident it's from fresh veggie. I confident. Okay, next, this you see the repair need to be done. You see the last point, you see, okay, it says that, okay, recommended remediation, okay, to remedy this, it take 1 year, at least 1 year. They also want the instability caused by the leakage, means the earth may lose further deep root jungle trees that all we plant. Then how can we consume large portion of our working land every day and to change how the farm operate? You understand or not? You understand the report or not? So this is very important. Now, let me go to the final input that we got, which is very important, is on the losses. Okay, this is from our accountant. We are actually very, we have a proper record. We have a proper record of the project. From 2024 until now, okay, the projection. Just a quick glance of it. This is a very privacy. Don't tell people. Okay, okay. I tell you, our report show annual loss of 1.225 million. Okay, these are from vegetable, compost sale, school, and the visits from NGO, and the loss of our organic certification. So over 5 years of this project, conservative project, okay, it amounts to 6 million, not accounting the downtime, the rehabilitation time, the long-term reputation damage. So the purpose of our presentation today is actually to show to you that the damage is real, it's severe, it is scientifically verified. I cannot tell from my mouth. No, it's from report I have here. So the recovery must be coordinated in a long commitment. We want you to make sure that our status quo maintain, the health of our farm maintain. So that is my part. Okay? Okay?
Right. Thank you so much, Dato' Atan. Thank you so much, Alan. Understand from the Orang Asli side that your deep sense of loss arising from the contamination is central to your livelihood as well as your cultural identity. Next, we would like to hear from the fresh veggie. Fresh veggie.
Before that, Dato' Atan, we acknowledge that you want to say something, but we will take in turn. And if you have anything to say, we will give you chance later, yeah? For now, we invite Miss Gracie from Fresh VG to address your concern.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Zara. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I was sneezing earlier as I am not really feeling well today. So anyway, I'm Gracie, the CEO of Fresh Veggie Corporations near Berhad. I have with me today our legal counsel, San. We appreciate the mediators, Man and Zara, for arranging this session. And I believe that our position is clear that Fresh Veggie is not liable for that 20 million claim, because I believe that we are the company known for being an honest and reliable producer of fresh vegetable produce. Our company, value quality and we value our community partners. The unfortunate contamination in the Orang Asli's composter yard originated from the tank. We are really sorry for that. At that, we believe that that tank itself was designed and built by the V tank, not Fresh Veggie, and that we maintain that the Fresh Veggie did not act negligently in this matter. So, to elaborate in this issue, based on our investigation, the cause of the leak itself is strictly an engineering or construction defect by the V tank, and this is based on a standard installation manuals and tank design requirement. Fresh Veggie acted responsibly by conducting immediate internal investigations upon discovering the issue. And furthermore, routine inspections were also conducted, and we have records showing that no prior leaks were detected. And honestly, we sincerely regret that the damage done to the Orang Asli's composter yard. However, we believe that the responsibility must be shared by the party truly at fault, the V-Tank, and not placed solely on Fresh Veggie. So basically, we are willing to cooperate in the soil rehabilitation effort and finding a fair, scientifically justified solution, but we need a clear separation of liability, confirming that Fresh Veggie did not cause this defect entirely and that V-Tank contributes financially. We need a quick resolution to protect our reputation at this stage and our pending export license applications. And I would like to pass it to my legal counsel to continue this opening.
Thank you, mediator. Thank you, everyone. I would like to begin my acknowledgement by the significance of the issue raised by the Lake Dome Orang Asli Cooperative. Fresh Veggie fully understands that the emotional, culture and economic impact that the contamination incident has caused. When the Orang Asli depend on the compost farming for livelihood, education programs, NGO visits and community pride, any distribution to the system is understandably distressing. Fresh Veggie did not design, did not build and did not install the AB liquid fertilizer tank. This tank, which allegedly leaked, was fully designed, engineered and constructed by V Tank Limited, a company recognized and appointed by the Malaysian Agriculture Ministry itself. Upon receiving the complaint, Fresh Veggie immediately conducted an internal investigation. Our report found no negligence on Fresh Veggie's part and instead the evidence points to structural or engineering defect in the tank. Furthermore, Fresh Veggie is also a well-known Malaysian producer of fresh vegetables trusted for decades. We are presently undergoing an export approval process to Singapore and Brunei. Our reputation is crucial, not just for business, but for the entire supply chain we support. With that, we are here not to deny the seriousness of the situation, but to ensure the responsibility is allocated fairly based on the facts. And we want to explore together what can be done immediately, what can contribute to what, and how can we protect all parties involved from unnecessary public damage. Thank you.
Thank you, Fresh Veggie. Let's hear from V-Tank. V-Tank, your lawyers or the CEO?
Yeah, I'll go first. So hello everyone, I'm the CEO of V-Tank and V. So first I want to say that V-Tank respects both Orang Asli community and also Fresh Veggie. We understand that this incident has caused concern and disruption, and we also appreciate that everyone has taken their time to sit together here and discuss the issue, I hope constructively. So we are here, I hope we are here with an open mind and a genuine intention to cooperate. So as far as our cooperation is concerned, from our initial assessment, we believe the leakage cannot be caused by our own construction or any fault in design or construction of our tank. Okay, if I can show you this report. Yeah, if you can see, when we deliver our tank, there is this statement of compliance signed by, acknowledged by Fresh Veggie that the tank meet the agreed specification and also was in satisfactory operation condition at the time of handover. So now we come back to what I'm going to say next. So of course, from our initial assessment, we also believe that the leakage may have resulted from the land movement itself, which is fresh veggie land, rather than our design or any construction faulty. However, we also recognize that this is only a preliminary view, and we welcome a joint and more neutral investigation to establish the facts more clearly. I, of course, have to put down my position that I'm not here, or VTank is not here to blame or pointing fingers, and we just want to solve this issue constructively. So if I also may share VTank's interests so that everyone understands and what is important to us moving forward is that, firstly, we are actually currently involved in this national fertigation system project under this Malaysian Agriculture Ministry. So also because of this role, I personally think maintaining professional standards and public confidence is extremely important to us. So any suggestion of technical failure before the facts are verified could have very, very serious implication to our organization. Of course, not only to our organization itself, but also to the wider project. So secondly, we are in the middle of preparing for a public listing in Bursa Malaysia. So the process requires a lot of stability, transparency, and an absence of unresolved disputes. So we hope to address this issue carefully, privately, professionally, without unnecessary escalation or even any misunderstanding before any facts are verified. Again, we will also want to ensure that whatever steps we are here to take do not unintentionally create future risks or precedents. We manage many installations nationwide, and it is important that any solution is based on verified facts rather than mere assumptions. At the same time, we genuinely value our collaboration relationship with Fresh Veggie. They are also a very recognized producer of healthy and high quality vegetables, and we want to maintain trust and collaboration with them at the same time. We also have this respect for the Orang Asli community, of course, and the importance of their agricultural activities and environmental stewardships. So finally, we want to be part of a solution that is fair, practical, and technically sound. If there is any damage, we want to understand it. If there are any repair options, we want to explore them. And if any cooperation is needed, we are willing to discuss it. We want to ensure that any outcome is based on facts, and of course, again, does not imply fault before any proper investigation. So I personally hope that today's session allows everyone to express their concerns openly, and we are ready to listen, understand, and work toward a resolution that protects everyone's interests while focusing on clarity and fairness. And after this, I will hand it over to my lawyer.
Good morning, mediators Man and Zar. I appeared as a HOD for VTang Limited, and with your leave, I would like to place our position on record strictly without prejudice. First, my client acknowledges the seriousness of what has been raised there is an allegation that AB liquid fertilizer from a fertigation tank situated beside the Orang Asli composted yard has leaked and impacted the soil. The composter yard is described as the heart of the Orang Asli farm, and we understand why this matter is urgent for them. However, V-Tank does not admit liability. Fresh Veggies allegation is defective design and construction, but our client position is in accordance with the research conducted by scientists is that the leakage may be due to the land movement, landslide from farming activities causing cracking at the tank base. We are here because escalation benefit no one, especially whether Orang Asli has indicated a 20 million demand and potential reporting to the Malaysian Agricultural Ministry and international bodies. The government's policy is also to treat NGO compliance seriously in the public interest, which increases risk and uncertainty for everyone if facts are not properly established. So our proposal today is practical, immediate containment and prevention of any further seepage, joint appointment as an independent expert to determine cause and scope, and 3, an agreed remediation plus compensation framework tied to evidence, bearing in mind the research indicating soil repair may take at least a year and may require permanent jungle trees which affect land use and space. Subject to confidentiality and without admissions, V-Tank is prepared to engage constructively so the party can reach a controlled, workable outcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hood and everyone who shared their interest. I believe that just now Dato' Atan raised his hand. Would you like to share with us your interest in this case? The floor is yours.
Thank you, terima kasih, mediator Zahar. Yes, thank you, Fresh Veggie dengan V-Tank for your opening. Our interest, apa yang kita nak, what we want is to restore the farm. That is the demand for 20 million untuk restore our farm. Because the compost yard bukan je soil. It is the foundation of our system, our 10-acre system, our income and our identity as sustainable farmers. We nak rebuild this land so that we can continue our traditional method and welcome NGO, murid-murid sekolah and visitor untuk support kita. And then kita pun nak support during this time when we cannot farm. Because sekarang dia ambil 1 year untuk repair, then how are we going to sustain? We got no harvest, no compost, and then murid-murid sekolah semua tak datang visit. So our families, family macam Alan, semua rely on this land, and we need to gabungkan this bridge. Bridge kan Alan? Bridge. Yes. And
Tok si Adil gini, Tok si Adil. Datuk, we report. We can show report, Datuk. Report, why 20 million, Datuk?
Betul. And we need to make sure reputasi kita protected. Because now, our crop semua, people are scared to eat. People think we got contaminated and people scared to eat our crop. So, we nak pergi public. Kita nak pergi ministry and report this problem. Because it is not a problem datang dari kita. Kita okay.
Datuk, I can add some more, Datuk. Madam Mediator, I want to show my report earlier. Please show my report how I calculate the loss calculation just now. Dato already mentioned why 20 million. I put to you what 20 million. Please show, Madam Mediator, I need help. My internet here in Sarawak very bad lah. Okay, you see there, you see Dato help me there, correct, right? When we go to the vegetable sale, the loss 800,000, correct?
Betul. Yes.
75,000 this NGO visit. A lot of people, cute student come, very lancai man. Tall China also come. They come give money. So we lost 75,000. You go to the compost sale, some how much? 200,000. Ruin all the whole yard. Ruin all the soil was damaged. Just now I remember someone say not from AB fertilizer. My report I got is from AB fertilizer. Okay, then just now the government, we very good one with government, very nice one with the ministry. I tell you, we lost 150,000, certificate gone. Si tak adil ni. Si tak adil. Dato'.
Situ ada. Alan, itulah mediator, I tanya dulu, yang report ni dia private kan atau you tunjuk luar kat court, because that is our private number.
Don't
Can
show.
you
No,
No,
this
don't
session
worry.
will be very confidential. You don't have to worry about that, okay? Sitting here.
betul ke? Dia undang-undang ke?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, kita continue dari Alan, because apabila I dengar, when I hear We Tank and Fresh Veggie, I thank you you datang. Tapi I rasa not fair, because Fresh Veggie tak nak ambil responsibility. Dia kata sorry, We Tank pun kata sorry, tapi no one want take responsibility.
No, I think
No,
that
we
it's
don't want
unfair for us as
sorry.
well. You put the blame everything on us without, like without. You have to consider everyone's fault. It's not fair to put everything on us.
You need to understand. We want our farm back to the
I know, I truly
status quo.
understand.
We need to have our business back, so that is for our ancestors' business. Si tak adil gini.
No, our company also
Okay,
have
we
business.
understand. Our company are willing to take responsibility, but not willing to take the full blame. Because
No,
this leak, the product is from WeTank.
Okay, so 20 million
And
next week.
even if the
Okay,
landslide
parties,
happened, or
calm
the landslide
down.
didn't happen, the tank was already leaking.
Okay, we understood that you have a very strong feeling about this situation. So since it's got heated right here, shall we proceed to the caucus so we can understand you better about your position and your interests?
Focus
Will
tu
that be
apa?
okay?
Dato',
Focus will
is-
be a separate meeting between the mediators and the parties.
Mediator
so you
dengan
can-
I think we should have.
Yeah, so you can comfortably share your interests with us, with the mediators, okay?
boleh.
Okay.
Thank you for
It's
that.
a normal
Appreciate that.
session, Dato'. Don't worry. It will also be confidential, so you can share whatever you want to share in the caucus session.
Okay.
For the rest, shall we take a break?
Okay.
We'll start the caucus session with Dato' Atan and Alan first.
Alan. Mana Alan?
Okay.
Alan mana?
I just like wipe my tears. I have all the report, madam. The report, I show you again the report. Let's see the report, okay? What we want, I want you to understand what we want. How do I share you the report just now? You see the report, right, madam? Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
We
the
have
report,
seen the
right?
report.
It says 20 million. The only way we can put everything back together, like like the soil is good, we can make sure the vegetation is also back to normal, because now no one can consume the vegetable. And when we got our farm back normal, all the school can come visit again, and we can make sure we got a good relationship with our minister. Without help minister, how we want to survive? It's so sad. It's tak adil.
Madam Mediator, I pun teringat, Fresh Veggie just now say they tak responsible kan? I tak nampak muka apa screen ini. Can take down please? This screen. Ya, so ingat tak Man dan Zar, Puan Man Zar, Fresh Veggie said that they not responsible that because the tank is we tank punya. Dia kata macam tu kan? Ingat tak?
Ingat, ingat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
tadi
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yang my concern is I don't know dari segi undang-undang, you know, I don't want blame undang-undang. Tapi from perspective jiran, they are next to us and the harm, the contamination came from their tank and on their land, which is beside our compost yard. So maybe you can talk to them and tanya, because one suruh, you know, the other be responsible, how they can divide. You know, tadi siapa? Grasi yang lawyer tu ke Fresh Veggie kata dia akan ambil responsibility before this caucus. So,
madam,
yeah,
you need to see the report soil test there. Got leakage evident from tank-based soil Fresh Veggie site identical to AB fertilizer signature. And that you should see the soil test. Yeah, you need to go page there. The leakage evidence. So this is report not from me. This is from the EPO consultant. We use money to pay them to do this report. Want to show where the fertilizer come from. And it's AB fertilizer. So what Dato' Atan say correct.
Madam Mediators, okay, I nak tanya practically, kalau if we tekan Fresh Veggie because they are scared of ministry intervention, how it play out, you think, if we press them?
Can you reframe more? What do you mean by press them?
Kan mereka takut untuk kita involve ministry. So if we proceed that way, how you think it will play out? Do you think they will pay or the 20 million? Or, you know, because dua-dua pun ada takut. Yang satu takut ministry masuk campur. And then kalau we think, kalau Alan ingat betul-betul mereka ada projek nasional untuk 50 billion ke? Untuk 50 billion tapi they cannot pay our 20 million. So kalau kita tekan and takutkan mereka dengan tu, rasa macam mana, Madam Mediator?
Kita nak duit kita, you know, like we want the soil, we want our status to be returned back to the status quo. That is what we want. We want to protect that.
So Madam Mediator, so macam mana kalau kita tekan?
If I understood your interest correctly, that the tekan part, or actually your biggest concern is actually on the restoration of your land, right? Because the compost yard is the heart of the farm for your community. If I understand it correctly, is that your main concern here?
How to enforce, make them understand that our report correct. What we want is them restore back. They have actually caused damage to us. We are sad. We are frustrated. We need something.
And bukan je restore. Because selama setahun, 1 year it take to restore, kita buat apa? Because we cannot make money, no revenue. Macam mana nak, send Alan punya anak pergi sekolah semua? So, yeah. So, our interest bukan je restore. Selama setahun untuk restore, kita buat apa? And then, reputasi kita pun. How after this, even if continue, nama kita yang hancur because they say our land contaminated, tapi bukan kita pun. Agi hidup, agi ngelaban.
Betul. Madam. Kita, we want that they do the contamination, they do something so that we rehabilitate the land. We want our land.
Okay, Dato' Atan, Alan, thank you. Those are very, very, very important questions. However, if we're here in a mediation process, so if I may, if one party presses strongly against the other, usually the discussion will tend to shift into um, something else. No, the discussion is not how we should move forward, but it would shift into like what this party may gain and what are the risks that each of the parties have. So that is where we do not want to shift the conversation, because it will, I mean, we don't want to stay in the past, right? We want to move forward. I understand. I totally understand that you want
Madam.
your 20 million.
Madam,
Mhm,
we
mhm.
want our 20 million for valid reason. We have report,
Understand.
madam. You can't do this to us. Si boleh kami macam mana? We have a lot of life to live. We have a lot of vegetable. We want
Understand.
to make sure we got 20 million. We want to make sure this money not for me, not for Dato' Atan, not for my child only, for everyone in the community, for the population, everyone.
Understand.
I'm
Understand,
sad.
Alan.
I already 2 months cannot think. I cry every day, night, daytime. In London,
Alan.
not like this.
Alan,
When I start my
Alan,
daytime, not so stressed like this.
anakku Alan, kita dengar apa Man dan Zar ada untuk cakap. Kita tunggu. Okay, so I understand you say that we cannot tekan because then dia macam gaduh and kita tak nak gaduh and we don't want to stay in the past. Macam mana nak divide then? Okay, kompromi macam mana? Kita suruh dia divide 10 million ke apa, you know, apa yang
Solusi.
Okay, from your interest that you addressed just now, if I understand it correctly, there are three main concerns, right? Firstly, you want them to take responsibility and recognize their fault.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't
And
show
secondly,
him not fertilizer from them lah. Not from here, there. They my neighbor. I know. I saw.
Simply say
I got
they have to
report.
take the blame, right?
Yes.
That's what you are trying to say. Secondly, you want the compensation for 20 million ringgit for all the hard works that you've been through all these times to develop the land, right? And thirdly, for the future purpose, you would like to restore the land.
Betul.
Okay. Is there any other thing that you would like to address in this caucus session?
Datuk, what about 1 year? We not working, got nothing.
Okay, we will discuss it.
We need something. We
Yeah,
need
yeah.
government to support us. We
You need the
plantation, they make
restoration
like this, how we get support?
to be effective, right?
Anakku dengarkan Datuk dulu. Madam Mediator, if we also, because this is not the first time diskriminasi against orang asli. So, kalau nak jadikan, make this example for future, won't that be also good for us and for future? Do you, Alan,
Reputation,
betul?
you mean?
For future, so that other corporation in other orang asli settlement tak didisturbkan macam ini. So they use us as example so that no diskriminasi against orang asli in the future. So dia macam preventive solution long term. Not just for this incident tapi for future also. I
Understand.
rasa that is safe because masa I kecil-kecil dulu sampai sekarang diskriminasi je macam ini. Jadi
Yeah,
macam
yeah,
mana?
we understand you very well. Okay, is there any other thing that you would like to add other than the 3 interests that I reframed it just now, if I understand it correctly?
Betul, interest memang
Future.
interest tu.
So
Tapi
that's why you want them to take the responsibility to preserve your reputation and rights as orang asli, right?
Yes.
tapi
Okay.
Madam Mediator, masa diorang cakap bila they were presenting, we didn't get chance to talk to them some more. After this, we get more chance tak? Because some things I disagree with them still and I need to talk to them still.
What are
Boleh,
the points
Dato'.
that you disagree just now? This is the very purpose of caucus, that you can underlay your interest openly.
But I want to talk to them.
Okay, if you want to talk to them, then we will have another joint session later.
Okay. Banyak sama macam ni.
Yeah, with everyone
Dia-
together in the screen.
Dia private ke tak?
Private.
Boleh. Kalau Dato'
Pasti-
Atan nak request for a private session with Veggie ataupun V-Tank pun boleh. We may be able to arrange for that. Just let us know what are your concerns, and if you have if you want to speak to any parties privately with us in the session, you can also.
I want mediator there. I want mediator. Okay,
Understand.
thank
Okay.
you. Sekarang I buat apa ya?
Okay, Dato' Atan, Alan, maybe you can take a break, go to the bathroom, take a refresher. We have coffee in the lounge. Mungkin Dato' Atan and Alan, you can drink some coffee, take a breather, and then we'll
Mari
come back to the
Alan,
joint
Alan
session.
mari.
Okay, thank you for your time. Okay, now we shall invite the representative from Fresh Veggie, Miss Gracie and Miss Sun. Okay, please join the room. Turn on your camera. Thank you.
Hi, mediators.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Madam Zara and Madam Man.
So, would
So
you like to
first,
start
allow my
first?
client to.
Miss Gracie or Miss Sun, anything you want to share in
No,
this
Miss
conversation?
Gracie will start first.
Okay, the floor is
Because-
yours.
All right, just my thoughts and my feelings lah. All this while we have been like a neighbor with the orang aslis, right? For years. We had nothing. I mean, like we have no problem with them. It's just like macam just suddenly the leakage happened, right? So macam I think it's unfair to just shift all the blame on us. Like we have to pay them 20 million. It's ridiculous. We won't pay any cents to them. So I think macam when like that who's that person? Alan, right? Alan. She just throw that reports. I'm not sure is it fake because we can't simply rely on that. Maybe it's just a fictitious one. We need a neutral. We need an independent researcher to do that report. We cannot simply rely on that and then simply pay 20 million. If you are in my place, you won't pay anything. It's 20 millions. It's ridiculous. How they come up with that 20 millions? They don't even justify it. If I see the report, it's just like I think below than 1 million. So yeah, I think for me, based on our early conversations during the joint conversation, I think it's very ridiculous. I think it's very unfair. It's very unfair. We have to put partly blame to VTank as well. That's why we invite them to this mediation session. I think my lawyer is going to continue our point.
Okay, Miss Gracie, I'll take it from you. Take a chill pill. So I just want to say our 3 concerns here. I'm not here to argue. Our main 3 concerns here is that first, our biggest concern is definitely our reputation. Fresh Veggie has known for decades as a clean, ethical, and trustworthy vegetable producer. Even like just now, that Alan fella, he was telling that we was been neighbor for many years, and all these years we did not give him any problem. Right now, we are in a final stage of obtaining an export license to Singapore and Brunei, which also gives an advantage to the Orang Asli people and the Dato' Alan and his community, you see. But if this issue goes public, especially to the NGOs and international bodies, as like the one they told they want to get them involved, right, it will seriously jeopardize the process. Even one single negative report can destroy years of effort. That is our first concern. Our second concern is definitely about the 20 million compensation demand, which is not only unrealistic, but it also does not reflect scientific fact, what scientific fact they have for them to pay the 20 million. The land can be rehabilitated, it's not gone forever. We are definitely going to take steps to make the land into a better place and go on with it as what it was before this. The soil is not permanently destroyed. It's definitely just a year of process of making it better. And these Orang Asli, they are just escalating further. They're just escalating further emotionally, and it is going to damage all the three parties, not just us. Because we cannot take decision based on emotion basis here, you see. Yes, we understand you have a family, you lost things. But you don't expect us to come out 20 million, which is ridiculous. So are you telling me their turnover is 20 million per year? Yeah, even we, big factories, we don't make 20 million per year. Not on average basis. Okay, the second concern here is definitely the wheat tank stains. They are actually positioning themselves in a way that they suggest they would want to avoid liability entirely. They keep blaming landslide movement, but they have shown no report to say that because of those landslides that this took place, the leakage took place. What evidence do they have to say that this leakage took place because of the landslide? Whether or not the landslide would have happened, the leakage still would have taken place.
On the leakage issue right now, if I understand it correctly, that they shared one paper that said that you satisfied with the tank that they delivered to you before. So there was no any leakage then when they sent
So
the
coming
tank.
to that paper, from what I heard from my client is she had no acknowledgement of that paper. And when I looked at it, when an acknowledgement takes place, both parties need to be signed. On that paper, my client has not signed anything. So this is just a sudden pop-up. I'm not sure where did this come from. And my client was also not aware of that acknowledgement at all, because they're supposed to actually they're supposed to take responsibility if there's any damage to the tank because they built it.
And they would you like to say anything?
Sorry, Miss Sun, just to add on that point, we even did our routine inspection. We have that report here. We made a routine inspection regularly, monthly, daily, and there's no leakage mentioned there. So as mentioned by Miss Sun just now, there's no acknowledgement on that. So how can they just come out that it's out, we just accept it as it is? Sorry, Miss Sun, I interrupt you.
Yeah, so okay, coming to my last concern is definitely we need to be realistic about this 20 million lah. Even if the company wanted to, the amount is huge. It's no business ending amount. But what we want to show responsibility is we can contribute manpower, technical support, agriculture expertise, and even some financial portion. But we cannot shoulder the whole full claim. I think the company who built this tank should also have responsibility, because if their work is good and it was so quality, then this leakage wouldn't have taken place. They cannot like entirely put the blame on us. And yes, I understand those Orang Asli people are coming after us because it's our land. They don't know the law.
Understand. Okay,
Yeah.
from Fresh Veggie's perspective, in terms of okay, let me just be frank. In terms of the comfortable financial numbers that you can consider, what would be that perfect number for you?
We are actually not considering any amount at the moment. Like what I
Mhm.
told you, we will definitely provide technical support. We'll definitely make the land a better place. We will definitely bring in agriculture expertise and even maybe a small portion of financial support. Maybe about not 20 million. Um, my client said maybe like about 1 million, maybe.
Understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about any joint remediation plan? Would you be interested to explore that?
Yes, we are willing. We have an open mind. We are willing to explore and see what the other party comes up with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from
So
what I can
definitely we don't want to bring this to court as because it's our reputation problem, you see. We are
Yes, we're
waiting
understand.
very
eagerly
concerned
for
about
our
that.
license, and it was not an easy process to get the license.
Yeah.
And
Because
for
we
us
have,
to take the
yeah.
blame, and for us to take the blame 100% is definitely not fair. Yes, it did happen on our land, but it did not happen because of 100% of our carelessness. My client has been very up to date about those um quality check monthly. We have also have a report, like we do quality check on those fertilizer machines and all that monthly. Until we got this report, we didn't know there was a leakage. So it's definitely unfair to us. If
All
we were
right.
careless, we
Right.
wouldn't do the monthly check and all, you see.
And one more thing lah, if they are saying that they are, like paying money to researchers and conducting the research or inspection on that, we also make an initiative to consult our chartered structural engineer, which says that although the land movement can cause tank failure, a professional analysis finds that a tank built by an expert contractor like V-tank should be structurally sound enough to withstand movement, typically associated with nearby farming. So to say that it is
VTech supposed to be a
happen
national company, a nationally
companies, right?
recognized
So
company.
just
So they
yeah,
should have
to
done a land test before building a tank
yeah.
there, if they would want to blame the landslide for it. Because from our party, we pay the money, we hire them. It's their responsibility to advise us on the danger of the tank being built there or the consequences, but we did not get any of that. So we thought it was
Okay,
safe.
very well. If I understand it correctly, you want independent report to verify the laws, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other thing that you would like to address here?
All right,
And
just for me, let me be very, very clear. Fresh Veggie here is here in good faith, and we are willing to contribute meaningfully because we have been neighbors for years, right? And we have no problem with them at all. So we believe that coming from me as a CEO, I think Fresh Veggie is prepared to provide technical farming expertise, or maybe we can also, like provide supply manpower. We can also assist.
we can maybe fasten up the process of
Yes.
making the land better.
Yep.
Mm.
We're not just like
We
running away.
definitely
Yep.
we also want like a letter to say that fresh veggie is not at mistake of any cause. If this comes to a settlement, we also want a letter to say that fresh veggie is not at any cause of this damage, because we don't want all these orang asli people coming behind my CEO again, you see, and it's
Yeah.
going to spoil the reputation of the company. Yeah.
So again, coming back to that 20 million, again, it's ridiculous. I think, and I hope that both you, Miss Man and Miss Zar, could actually help us not to reach that, and just to discuss this to, like not just putting all the blame on us, please.
Understand where you're coming from, and I understand completely how you feel about this. In terms of your relationship with the Orang Asli as your neighbors, as well as V-Tank as your contractor, what how do you foresee what kind of long-term relationship do you hope to maintain with each of the parties?
We definitely want to maintain all good in relationship with all the parties, because as the
Correct.
orang asli people has been our neighbor for many years, and we also want to maintain a good relationship with our contractors, because in the future if we want to do an upgrade, if there's a spoil to the tank again, or if anything at all, we definitely still want to have a good relationship with them. But what we are trying to say here is we cannot accept 100% blame. We definitely
Exactly.
want to come to a settlement of peace. I'm here not to blame that person, this person, but I'm just trying to say that we cannot accept the 100% blame. Because you see, it's also from their product. It's not 100% solely on our land. If it was such a dangerous thing that they would know that a landslide would happen, they should have done a research and they should have actually advised us on it. Like, oh, maybe don't place it here, but they did not do it. So yeah. We definitely do want to have a good relationship with them at the end of the day. They are contractors.
exactly.
Yeah.
We are in the same business, right?
Mm.
So we actually understand their concern, and we hope that they actually understand our concern as well. It's not our intention, like just it's a very sorry to say that because the damage has happened in their land, but they have to understand from our point of view as well, because it's it's very unfair.
Yeah, in all these years, we did not
Yeah.
go through any of these.
Yeah, exactly.
If we would been so careless, this would have happened a long time ago or continuously.
Okay, understand. And thank you for your openness in this discussion. And we appreciate that you have shared these concerns and priorities with us. Before we end the caucus session, may I confirm what kind of information you are comfortable for me to actually share with the other parties? For example, you just mentioned about the 20 million just now. Would that be something that you are open to sharing with the Orang Asli? Say that you're not comfortable paying the 20 million. Would that
Yes, we are
information?
definitely open and
Okay.
comfortable of sharing on that information. Like we
Yeah.
said, we are willing to provide manpower, agriculture
Yeah.
expertise, and a
Yeah.
little bit of an amount because we understand they also go through a hard time. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
You go
I
go
think
ahead,
we
Miss
can,
Gracie.
I believe that there's something that we can work on. It's not just like, it's not pointless. I think it's something that we can work on that.
Understand.
Okay. So
So
I think that's
our
all from us.
Okay. So our next step is actually to meet with VTang to understand their perspective as well. After that, we will reconvene in another joint session to explore all these possible solutions together. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us in this talker session.
Thank you so
You
much.
All right.
you
Thank you
you
so
are
much.
free to take the coffee at the
Yeah,
lounge.
have a break.
Thank
Yes.
you
Calm
so
down
much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, shall we begin with our third session, third caucus, with representative from VTang, Miss V and Mr. Hood? Yeah, you may begin.
Okay, I think in this caucus, I confirm our discussion is confidential and without prejudice. So we have our red lines, and it's very clear. No admissions of liability, no wording such as defective design, and no direct compensation payout. But we are prepared to be constructive through practical measures. We can do a joint independent engineering investigation on an urgent timeline, collaboration on a soil rehabilitation plan, and technical expertise and non-cash contributions like equipment, materials, and engineers, and an engineering review plus reinforcement and redesign options for the tank based on fresh veggies land as a risk reduction measure. And also we have we can contribute with the solution package, like we can stop contain any further leakage and site inspection by technical team.
Understand. Okay. Beyond the technical position that you have just stated, um, what outcome would you think would help you protect your broader commercial interests as a company who is going to be listed in KLSE?
Yeah, speaking of that, I would think that that's their biggest chip against our corporation. Yeah, to me, if you talk about business, right, I mean, it's a leakage. It doesn't happen overnight or, over days or even over week. It's a 10 acre land. Plus their 5 acre land. I mean, for fresh veggie, 5 acre is a total of 15 acre. You are not going to tell me that this is going to happen in a day, a week, a month. I mean, practically the movement between soil, it can take times. Right. So with regards to the pH value that they mentioned in their reports, okay, they said they have found AB fertilizer in their soil, according to their report. Okay, I'm not gonna doubt their report at this moment since everything is still at a very preliminary stage, and I do think that we can have a joint inspection or assessment sooner or later when we have a more fruitful discussion after this mediation session. So my position is that this tank has been provided, has been installed in this fresh veggies land. I mean, it's for quite some time. And if we know about caveat emptor, I mean, buyer aware, they should be the parties to actually check on the feasibility of the tank itself. And they should have their own engineer to make sure that the tank is working and is in functional and good function from time to time. They cannot come back and tell us after a year or 2 or 3 or maybe a decade after purchasing my tank and tell me that your tank is leaking now. That's unreasonable. And wanting me to pay 20 million because of their leakage. Well, we talk about law. Brian and Fletcher, I believe mediators know, right? Yeah. I mean, the accumulation of dangerous stuff that leak into adjacent land. These are and causing all the crops died. I think this, if we want to talk about responsibility and all, fresh veggie should take up a big part of the responsibility. No doubt the leakage is from our tank. But since we are here today, and I think our corporation have a bigger vision here to go listed, and yeah. So I think from our end, we also hope that we can reach an amicable settlement. But it all depends on what the other party will suggest to us later.
Understand. If I may ask, V, is the speed of resolution of this matter important to you in the interest of your IPO listing?
I would say it's not about the speed itself. I would say it's about the confidentiality of this incident itself. I mean, IPO take times lah. It can take quite some time for them to go through their underwriting and all sort of that. But any adverse incident or advertisement or news on our corporation definitely do no good to our listing.
Understand.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So, and also, of course, our 50 billion project. Yeah, this one is coming in. So and also when I say I'm open to an amicable settlement, right? It also depends on whether my deal for this 50 million big deal go through or not. If, say, for example, this deal does not go through just because of this incident, I don't think there is any point discussing on a settlement or whatsoever. Don't you think so?
I understand how strong you feel about this and how much VTank values resolving this quietly. At the same time, you want it to be fair for your company as well. In terms of would, in terms of providing technical expertise, does VTang has a technical expertise for rehabilitation, or would VTang even be open to provide a technical expertise to help rehabilitate the land for orang asli and fresh veggie? This is of course without admitting your liability lah.
Yeah, if say for example they are willing and open for a settlement, or they are not harsh on their 20 million unreasonable sum. Despite our company does not have technical team for this rehabilitation and whatsoever, but I believe my client, Fresh Veggie, that I provide the tank to, I believe they have the relevant team, and I don't mind sharing the cost with them to do some rehabilitation over this orang asli, towards these orang asli crops.
In terms of monetary value,
Yes,
how much
yes.
is VTang willing to spend on this rehabilitation effort?
Yeah, first of all, I would put on record that to say that instead of pointing fingers, I feel like three parties has their own responsibility over this incident. First of all, neglecting their land and causing 10 acres of the land being polluted, contaminated itself. Secondly, letting the dangerous substance leak out from Fresh Veggie's land. This is on Fresh Veggie part. And our part, maybe you say the thing leaked from our tank. Okay, that's the only responsibility that I see. That's why I would say any costs that are incurred, we are willing to take 1/3 of it.
Understand. Okay, let's say one of the parties wants to hire an independent expert review. How confident VTang that your design will withstand this review?
Yeah, see, so Malaysia weather nowadays is unpredictable. Like even landslide, fire, flood, in those areas that we cannot even expect. What do you expect a tank built on a high level land, which might be prone to landslide? But I'm confident that our tank, when we built that tank at that time, is suitable and is technically fit for that purpose.
Understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say if the independent experts disagrees with VTang's assessment of the design, how would VTang manage that risk considering your 50 billion national project that you mentioned earlier?
You mean after years that I supplied this tank to Fresh Veggie, and now they say this thing does not fit for its purpose? Or what are you trying to suggest
No,
here?
no. I'm not trying to suggest anything. I'm just asking a realistic question. Let's say if let's say one of the parties hire a technical expert to assess VTang's hack design, do you have any plans to actually manage that risk at your end?
Okay, by managing the risk, I would say 3 of us should hire an independent party to run this joint in assessment instead of one party hiring this independent assessor. So if say, for example, the assessment came out and say it's against us, then I don't think there is any reason for us to evade any liability on this thing. But I do think that if say, for example, there is this report to say our tank is faulty, I hope there is an amicable settlement between the parties, and there will never be any record of admission of liability or whatsoever.
Understand where you're coming from. All right. Do you have any other interest that you would like to share or any other concern?
Not from me, maybe my lawyer.
As my client said that we only concern about our reputation and also about our 50 billion contract. So we will hear from the other parties what they will propose.
So, Mr. Hood, I understood that your reputation is at stake because you are having big project with government, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think of solutions would work for you while protecting your reputation? Would you like shared responsibility? Does it what you mean?
Yes, after we choose a joint expertise, and then we will see.
Okay, so basically you want to re-evaluate the loss with joint independent report, okay, to determine the real loss, and then the liability should be shared together. That's what you are trying to say.
No, it's not about we can't there's no liability, as I said in our red line is no admission of liability and no direct compensation, but we can shift to immediate contentment and a joint independent expert. So I think we gonna need your help as the mediators to secure the de-escalation.
Okay.
And yeah.
Is there any other thing you would like to add up here before we begin with the joint session, the second joint session?
No, that's all.
I believe that will be all, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. You may take a break, have some coffee and the refreshment there. Okay, we will begin shortly with all the parties in the joint session. Thank you.
Zar, should we move on to the second joint session?
Yes, I believe so. Since they have addressed their interests respectively, then we got some ideas right here, what they want, so we can begin the second joint session to brainstorm the solution.
All
Okay.
right.
So everyone, please welcome to join the room again. Turn on your camera. Thank you very much. So thank you again for your time and your effort to be here to find out the solution together. So basically, there are some interests that we considered from the caucus session just now. Basically, all parties right here would like to save their reputation. And secondly, about the 20 million claim by orang asli just now. If I understand it correctly, we will try to re-evaluate it again by independent report, joint independent report. And thirdly, Fresh Veggie would like to offer their manpower to rehabilitate the land, to revive the land again, as well as the VTank. They have no problem to offer the monetary compensation provided there is independent report that, as I said just now. Would that be clear or Any other points
Madam,
that we...
madam, I don't understand. I don't understand. So 20 million we got.
You may got 20 million provided that there is joint independent report by all parties that it is actually your loss on that 20 million ringgit.
So you say not, I don't lost. My report fake. We pay already the report. We have report, we pay. Bring people from KL, Ipoh.
Yeah, I
I'm in
understand that,
Sarawak, and
Alan.
our rights, aborigine people are now pressed. You
Yes,
say my
Alan,
report wrong,
that's
madam.
their point. They need an independent report. Will that be a problem for you?
Okay, they pay.
Okay.
I already pay my pocket money. I work 6 months, no sleep, no sleep. I go there, I make house,
So
I
you
do
have your
report.
report, and I mean the VTang and the Fresh Veggie themselves, they want their own report. Then we can reevaluate together, perhaps after this.
Madam,
Okay,
all
okay.
have report, all
Anakku
have report, then
Alan.
we have 20 million. One important, very, very important, the soil, our land, our that we want our land to be restored, rehabilitated, the property again. The soil must be good for farming again.
Anakku
Have.
Alan.
Yes, the
Anakku
land will
Alan.
be restored within a year. The land is
Hello.
not gone forever.
Hello. Can I speak?
Yes, please, Dato'.
Yes, thank you, Zar. Anakku Alan. So they agree to give 20 million provided the independent research. Can I ask why this independent research? Why ours tak cukup? I send Alan to take bus ticket, go KL and dapat the research. So why need independent again, please?
Perhaps in this session, since we are together, Fresh Veggie or VTang, you may address your point why you need that independent report.
I will start first. So basically, our corporation will need as a procedural requirements, I do think that our corporation will need a joint independent assessment over what has happened towards the land or even for this incident before we can commit further on anything. And
Baiklah,
also to clarify the points, I do not mean to say that if the report say 20 million is the loss and we will pay 20 million. That's not my position.
Okay, then I got follow up from there. If the report suddenly, if on, I get your point. You say if the research is on par, equal as ours, then you pay 20 million. But if not the same, then what happened to us?
Sorry, Dato', come again.
If the report you do is same as ours, then the 20 million you give us.
No,
But if
no, I did not say that.
then
I
what you
would add
give?
on this. Even if the contamination was proven, the valuation of 20 million is not aligned with agriculture assessment standards.
Then
Okay,
what?
okay, fine.
Okay, fine. Then
I will share report to international organization. I study London. Dato' Atan send me study London. I send to my friend there, international. Everyone in the world know. This world is huge. Everyone will know. All of you, we will make sure you all will know what happened if I will tell everyone. This report,
betul,
not fake.
betul anakku Alan. Okay, I agree. Sorry, I very stressed.
Kamek ni
Dato', are
listen
you
to the
okay?
word
You need some
kita
breaks,
ni yang hidup
perhaps?
di ngelaban gini, kita kena hidup ni. Kita kena cuba ni
Yes.
bangunkan semula ni apa ni. Kita kena berusaha ni Pak.
Okay, calm down, Alan. Let's go straight forward to the points.
I think this is a mediation center. I think this is a mediation session and orang asli community.
Madam.
Okay,
Why
yeah.
are people
Alan,
laughing
I agree.
laughing at the right of aborigine? I'm telling the truth. I'm telling, am I wrong? This 10 acres of land, what
No,
happened?
I think this mediation is pointless if you keep threatening us. If you keep
Okay.
threatening
You
to tell
think
the
you
world that we
threaten,
are at
we
fault.
already dead.
Yeah,
Anakku
and I
Alan,
also
we
think that,
threaten?
and I
Anakku
also
Our son
Alan,
already dead. How can we threaten you?
Alan,
Our
bagi
son,
Alan.
Datuk
we don't have
cakap,
money.
Alan,
Now
this
I
Alan,
come
is a
to our
mediation
place.
section and
I
there's
don't
no
understand.
emotion.
Madam Mediator, please tell them they're wrong. They're wrong. Very wrong.
Alan,
This
Mediator,
thing is
can I?
Alan,
not wrong.
Okay, Alan,
mediator,
I
I think
Alan,
think
he
we
just
got your
playing
bagi
point.
emotional
bagi
games here,
Datuk cakap,
which is
bagi
not
Datuk
really
cakap.
fair.
Can I?
Okay, for V-Tank and
We are here
Fresh
for a
with
settlement
Anakku
and not
Alan,
to...
jangan nangis Datuk kat sini.
Can I request Alan to be removed?
No, we all have right to be heard.
Okay,
Miss B.
I want to say, okay, let's get back on track. Alan, jangan emosi sekarang. We try mediation here. Okay, so backtracking, as now you say that report not same, you don't give us 20 million anyway because Gracie from Vesh Veggie say you question our 20 million. You question credibility of our research that Alan go London and study to understand. Tapi I want to know, is it okay then that we proceed with the NGO, going to NGO and releasing the report to them and ministry as well? Is that okay?
You see, for if I understand you correctly, your paramount consideration is that your land is destroyed and you need to feed the whole village with that 10 acre crops, right?
Apa tak faham? Apa? What?
Please translate.
Sorry, Miss B. My internet got some problem connection. Can you please repeat yourself?
I'm saying, what does... I'm also very sad.
I think let's take a break instead of
No, I
nonsense.
don't think we
should.
need any break. I think we need to have some substance discussion here. So actually, I wanted to say is despite the sadness.
What you
That-
think no substance before? I keep on telling you 20
No,
million.
I'm
we
saying
saw back,
no.
what?
Your
Why you say
your
no substance?
Oh my...
no. What I'm saying, our discussion has no substance. I didn't say what you said have no substance. Yeah. So
Okay
the
lah.
mediation is focused on settlement itself. I'm saying the settlement is going nowhere. So I mean, if I may suggest, can I put forward my point to this Dato' Aitan?
This Dato' Aitan. Okay.
Okay, Miss B, you may finish your point.
Yeah, so I'm saying, if, say, for example, today the Orang Asli community position is that you want to use publishing this thing as a chip against us, I will give you a very strong stand, which is, if this is your stand, we will not proceed with the negotiation. So I am saying this is a V10 ground rule for not pressing this thing on us so that we could proceed with this negotiation. Okay, and secondly, I'm saying, even if you go ahead, proceed to publish this thing, what good does that do to you? No, because your land is not gonna be rehabilitated. You are not gonna feed your village with nothing, with air. Yeah, so I hope the Orang Asli community can be sane, can be not so emotional when we come to a negotiation itself. I hope we can come with an open mind and not focusing on our own self-interest in that sense.
Okay, thank you, I get your point, okay? We agreed to come mediation and earlier Madam Mediator semua kata that we mustn't put our interest forward. So kita reda sikit. And Alan jangan emosi sekarang. Kita follow flow. Okay. Go back to V and fresh veggie. So to proceed, may I know what you are proposing and what it is you are offering in this scenario? Because I must also emphasize pada masa yang sama, from your initial statements, that personally, I feel like no responsibility or sympathy is being shown for what has happened. And I
No,
feel
Dato', we
very
definitely acknowledge your report and we appreciate the effort invested in preparing it. The
it's
land is
not
not
about the
permanently
report
lost.
now.
No, the
Okay.
land is not permanently
No,
lost.
no.
Repairable
I
within
from
12
V
months
Tank perspective,
with
we
the right
empathize what has
materials and
happened to.
techniques. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
therefore, the 20 million valuation must be cross-checked with the
Okay.
agriculture science and engineering
Okay.
entity.
Cross-checking is satu benda. What
Okay.
is it? Okay, if that doesn't go through
From
now,
fresh veggie, we are prepared to help, but we cannot accept the sole responsibility for something beyond our
yes,
control.
Fresh Veggie is my neighbor from when I was 16 years old and my grandfather
I
cut
never
chicken
had
for my
problem with you.
birthday. Yes, my 16th birthday, I know Fresh Veggie become our neighbor. My grandfather cut chicken. It
But
was
they
a
don't look
celebration.
sad. They
No,
don't look sad.
Alan
did.
dengar
I
No,
shed
Dato',
tears.
definitely
I
Alan,
shed
look
tears
sad,
too.
Alan,
but the effect
Alan
is
dengar
also on our
Dato'.
land.
Do you say
Okay.
sorry?
Alan dengar Dato', jangan macam tu. Okay. So if 20 million you are saying, I don't know what is the outcome from the research, what is it that you are offering? And also to Gracie and also Madam CEO and also Sun, the lawyer, we are not blaming, we are not assigning full blame or anything like that to you because we understand your perspective earlier. The tank is from V Tank. So Datu Atan personally I mean, what is a joint effort that both can do untuk kampung dom kita, lake dom kita.
All right, in that sense, first of all, as mentioned by V from VTang, we also sympathize from what happened in your land. It's not that we are not sympathized, but as what happened earlier, I'm quite emotional. I'm sorry for that because we feel like it's unfair to put all the blame on us. And I believe that as mentioned by our mediator earlier, that by getting a independent evaluator or getting a joint independent report will be better as compared to just having like one-sided, because I believe that if you have or if you rely only on one researcher or only one report, it's going to be biased. So I don't think each on from I mean like from even VTank side is going to accept that evaluation or result. So coming from our side, we also come up with certain plans. Also, we really want to help your rehabilitation. So it's not that we are avoiding everything. We want to help
What
you.
is this you offer? Kata help, then what is the help?
We can offer you in terms of technical assistance, and furthermore, let's say we can help you in terms of giving some financial assistance in terms of like you mentioned, right, the kids coming to your land, right? We can also like doing the promotions and helping you guys out in that, in terms of that.
Faham. But the problem is
We
now
can contribute with manpower, with
manpower
technical support for
Yeah.
to make
for
the
repair of land, is it?
yes
Yes, the
within
manpower.
12 months. Within
We-
12 months, according to the agriculture expertise, within 12 months, the land will be rehabilitated.
But the problem is with the rehabilitation in 1 year still, which I thank you, the planting of trees will take up the land of our land that which we use for planting. Now for the repair, kalau I ingat fakta betul-betul, must plant actual tree. And tree will take time. That time, I don't know if I will still be here or not. So, then, what? Alan, anakku Alan, don't nangis now. Okay. Jadi, what this and also the promotion, macam CEO Grasi kata, bawa, school children. But the point now is our land is contaminated. Our reputation already
Yes,
are people
the land
scared.
is not contaminated forever, Dato.
Yeah.
Yes, now there's
It's
the
not
time
gone
factor as
forever.
well.
By
That,
1 year, within 12 months, your land will be okay.
Uh,
And
I
it's not
I
coming
also
from us.
think
This
I
is
also
coming from
think you use expert. You can share your skill, your system upgrade for refurbish the plant. You think you can do that? I think
Yes.
it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think
Like
if you also,
upgrade skill.
yeah, those things also involve money, okay?
Mm.
So we're not like just put a figure to that. When we mention about giving an assistance to it, we don't like come up with the one figure. So that's why
along the
we
time.
we're coming here in a good faith, trying to help you to rebuild the land again and to go through the rehabilitation. It's not that again, it's not that we're not sympathize with you. We are sympathized, we are trying to help. That's why we are coming together to this mediation.
Yes, I
Fresh
do agree with Fresh Reggie. I also agree that I also think that the 20 million that you all come about is also on the on the amount that you have to spend to rehabilitate that land itself, right? So even if we were to pay you 20 million, you will need to find someone to rehabilitate that land for you also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so why would you insist on the 20 million damages or even call it whatever you want, compensation or
No, we are
whatsoever?
not insisting
Yeah,
on
why
20
do you
million
insist
damage.
on that 20 million if we, say for example, could actually reach an agreement to like collaborating to rehabilitate your land?
Yep,
okay,
exactly.
rehabilitate, okay. But until then, until the land is fully restored, the compensation for our sustenance for that 1 year period or until the land is restored fully, that is why we ask for the 20 million. I understand. So now that you are coming together to offer rehabilitation service in place of the money, you still have the compensation for us to sustain in that period. Because before this, when we were exercising our farming and all, we also able to sustain ourselves from the profit we make. So now while you are offering support in place of money to rehabilitate, what are we going to do to eat? How are we going to send alarm children to school and all the orang kampung? So what do you suggest for that?
All right, Dato' Atan. Okay, I understand from your point of view. So, apart from the assistance that I've mentioned earlier, coming from Fresh Veggie, we are willing to pay you 1 million. That is the cap. That is the max. Is that okay with you? That one is apart from the
Madam
technical assistance.
Grassi, you very kind. We also friends still young. I just want you to up a bit. You see, I already prepared the report. I already explained to you the report. So
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
report says
understand. Yeah,
the loss we suffered is 1,225,000. So can you make 1,200,000? Only 200,000. You so rich.
No,
No, as I
because
mentioned
we have
earlier
to also split the expenses on the rehabilitation. We also have to bear the cost of it.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
No, just now you we
That
didn't
in
say
writing,
1
we
million.
need
I
that.
say 1,200,000. That's all.
Yeah, but
I
the
think we can come in as to pay that 200 million as a good gesture and goodwill to settle this matter. If
yeah.
that is what Orang Asli community wants.
No, I think 1 million is not enough because of sustenance for the village until it's restored. And even
Um,
then, you have to give a timeline. Yes, Dato' Atan, expect for my as leader a timeline, because you can say you are going to give rehabilitation support, but without a fixed timeline, You can take, instead of 1 year, you can take 2 years, or you can take 5 years, or you can take 10 years, or you can take 20 years, or you can take 30 years, or you can take 32
So,
years.
Dato' Atan,
or
you are trying to say here you need a promise on
A-
timeline.
a promise on timeline, and you must agree to start within 30 to 45 days. And even then, still the rehabilitation is one matter. The other matter is our current sustenance. Because as our interest, we mentioned to Madam Mediator, Zar and Man earlier, restore, you are giving solution good. But what about our support during this time? 1 million, tak cukup. We
Dato'
expect
Atan, Dato'
around
Atan,
5.
let me interrupt you for a second, right? So you
Mediator,
do
dia boleh
aware,
interrupt
you do
Datuk
aware
ke?
that one
Mediator,
second,
dia boleh
Dato'.
interrupt Datuk ke?
Dato', you tua, tapi I nak cakap sense into you.
Mediator, is this allowed?
Dato'
Yeah,
Atan,
this is a
have
free
you
forum.
okay? Have you finished with your points, or you would like to proceed more? I will pass the floor to Miss V.
No, not
I'm
enough.
not done yet.
Not
I have just
done.
one thing. I will let we talk. I respect CEO, but I say 5, I would range 5 to 12 million. Even still, we and Alan and I still got our reputation to protect, because now even if rehabilitate, even if we can continue farming, our name tercemar that we have contaminated soil in our farm and people scared to buy. Thereafter, still even if can farm, nobody buy our product, we still see losses. So we still have to go public with informing and clearing our name that the contamination is not caused by us. So we release the report still to clear our name. We release report to NGO and ministry if that is okay.
No, the reason we came to a settlement is because we don't want to release any report which is going to spoil the name of our company.
What's the name of your company? What about my kampung and my farming?
Yeah, you see, the news is only kept in your village right now. The news haven't gone out to the public yet. What do you mean by not simply, I'm suggesting to you that you may tell the public that you are upgrading your land. That's not necessary to tell the people that your land is polluted, contaminated. And you see, on the hindsight, your reputation is also protected in that sense.
Alan, I thought everyone know we are contaminated, not just our
From
kampung.
my friend NGO, also in London, in Switzerland, all already know. But we don't put in media, not in TV. My face not in TV yet, not yet. But if we cannot like get 20 million, you don't want to like help us, then I will put my face here, TV, all the world. My professor in London know me. I can tell everyone there. Everyone know me.
You see, in terms of rehabilitation, I think WeTank itself, and maybe together with Fresh Veggie, has been showing our sincerity in resolving these matters. So I would
Sincerity, but
also,
you are
yes,
rude
I
to
would also
Dato'
want to
Atan.
remind,
You
I would
say
also
you want
want
Dato'
to
to
remind.
Atan,
protect.
I've given you the chance. Let Miss V proceed his
So
point, okay?
I would also want to remind this Orang Asli community in good faith, not provoking and whatsoever, to say that 10 acre of land being contaminated at all. Do you think Orang Asli community does not have any responsibility at all?
No, we
What?
don't.
We don't know. We don't know the link
You are
from our
selling
neighborhood.
totally
fresh
innocent.
vegetables, and you are selling fresh vegetables, and you are saying that Orang Asli community does not have responsibility over all 10 acres of land or whatsoever being sold or being consumed by the consumer itself? Is this
That
what
is
Dato'
why-
Atan
that
Orang
is
Asli
why-
community is trying to say?
That is
Okay,
why we
okay.
have NGO come. That is why
Let's-
we have NGO come to test our soil. And it is them that found out this. We have
Okay.
NGO supporting us. We don't appreciate companies like you come cause trouble to us, orang asli, orang jati kawasan ini, and then tell us that we are problem. Please fix
All right,
that one first.
I think my personal view is that since the contamination is coming from fresh veggie land itself, WeTank now don't want to contribute to any of the rehabilitation of the land itself.
Okay, I see that there are actually differing views here, and actually that's completely normal. But what we want to do now is not to blame, not to point finger at each other. Let's just keep our focus on which option the parties have and what we're trying to achieve, and see if there's any adjustment that we could address the concerns with. So from what I hear now, okay, let's review the options that we have generated so far. So far, there appears to be proposal related to the first one, land rehabilitation. And we've talked about financial and cost sharing contribution. And one of the parties also mentioned about community support, as well as confidentiality from having this publicly blasted out in the media. Okay, would it be helpful if we look at this even further and discuss what seems realistic for each of the parties?
Okay,
Yes.
I
Yes,
agree.
I do agree. You cannot be taking all the things and not giving out something. This is
Yep.
the purpose of mediation, am I right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
I agree. That's why
Certainly.
we don't take 20 million anymore. That's why you're giving rehabilitation. Are you accusing of something else?
No, and you are threatening us that you are going to put it to the ministry
Is
and
threatening. That is common protocol. Okay, we have the right. We are orang asli. Where
Okay,
are you
since
from?
we met the point, let's not further on that matter. So we agreed on the shared responsibility to rehabilitate the land. Is it true?
Provided that they does not keep on using this publication as a threat to us, our company, B-Tank itself.
even with fresh wages.
Here is the thing. Here is the thing. We thanks project
Publicity is
from
not going to give you anything anyway.
Exactly.
We Thank project. Adlan, dengar sini. We Thank project with government is 50 billion. Giving us 20 million, which is a fraction of the 50 billion that they are to gain. They are offering rehabilitation. And free wage, fresh veggie, dia dapat apa lagi with NGO? What is their gain from that? Madam Mediate, what is your gain?
Just now,
If I may help, I think they are getting their export license soon.
They are getting export license. So I am not threatening. Sorry if I give that impression, but it is common protocol for orang asli. In case you all know, for our life, we are always on the hook with the government and also NGOs. So it is not something extraordinary or an outlier for us to go out of the way and release report. It is common. So I am going back to demand the 20 million, first of all. You don't worry. Okay, I can actually come down from the 20 million, seeing as you are giving land rehabilitation and cost sharing. Okay, all fine there. And confidentiality, I can agree. I can abide by to a certain extent. But two more points which are left as a loophole, as a gap. Our sustenance during this time of rehabilitation. Number one, you have to consider that the wheat tank and fresh veggie, our sustenance during this time. And second of all, lagi apa? Okay, now if you don't want us to go to the NGO, not to spoil your name, no, who can't spoil your name, but to clear our name that the contamination is not from us. I am sorry if you appear as collateral, but not my aim is not for you to be thrown under the bus. My aim is to clear my farm's name. I come from Lake Dom's farm so that it doesn't appear that we sell contaminated product. So I can abide by confidentiality of not spoiling name. So if you can give solution of how to reinvigorate our name, that we are not selling contaminated farming. Because if you think, take one moment and think, okay? Take 1 moment, 1 minute and think. Now you rehabilitate, we get our farm back, win-win. You give us all that, even confidentiality, all go each other's way. Still one thing, our name there as orang asli and reputation as a farm, still terbongkar that we sell contaminate, that that we once had contaminated product, and then people are scared to buy from us. So even if we can farm, now we cannot sell, and then we still see losses from that. So this one loophole is left. If Madam Mediator if you can see properly the issue, how do you think we can solve this issue?
If I may, fresh veggie. Okay, first, let's talk about orang asli. What would be an appropriate stipend for you to consider? Because you mentioned loss of livelihood, right? So what would a, an appropriate number be for your community to survive on a month-to-month basis?
On a month-to-month basis, okay. How about okay, that's the initial one, yang dulu the support and the rehabilitation all set. Now we talk about compensasi. Compensasi, I think we should be hitched to the rehabilitation, because like I say, how you can deliver within the 1 month or 1 year, sorry, because you can take 2 years, you can get 10 years, you can take 15 years. So I think we should, for safety of our perkampungan, we need to hitch the compensation together. So Alan and I discussed earlier, upfront, either from 3 to 5 million, upfront 3 to 5 million, and then additional of 3 to 6 million depending on repair milestone. So the faster you rehabilitate, the lesser you would have to pay eventually. That is what we suggest, Kak Sini.
Okay, understand. Thank you, Dato' Atan and Alan. Okay, fresh veggie as well as V10. Would you be open to actually offer the affected community, maybe if you have like a jobs in your farm
Yes,
or
they
your
can help us with the rehabilitation, and we will definitely do pay them maybe a monthly salary at a minimal wastage.
We
But
will
definitely
bear
not
half
the
of the
upfront.
cost.
Yeah. But definitely not with the upfront. We are definitely against with the
Yes.
upfront.
As we have
understand?
discussed earlier, we have not come up with that joint independent report, right? So to take solely the findings of their report, I think again it's unfair. So I think it's kind
Yeah, we
enough
already give them a
to
job
offer
for the
that.
surviving.
Yeah.
They can work this,
We are
paying them salary.
again we sympathize, so we are trying to offer something else.
Understand.
Madam Mediator,
Would
can I say one thing? They sound
Yes.
like they're helping us, but they make us sound like we are problem. The way with the son
No,
speaking, I tak
No, we're not
suka.
saying that.
Her-
We're not saying that you are
Sound like a
problem.
It's like
We're not.
they are showing as though they're helping, but like buang sampah macam tu dia orang cakap.
Dato' Atan, let's go straight to the point and not to interpret further than what was said, okay?
Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
Because
madam.
I think they are just emotionally talking it out.
But you are also emotionally
okay,
angry.
speaking
Okay,
from
I
VTech point
think
of view,
Fresh Veggie has addressed their solution on this. Miss V, proceed.
I think in terms of VTech, like how grassy lawyers, fresh veggie lawyer suggested, if they were to provide a job opportunity to the affected population, VTech could actually take out 50% of the cost paid to the affected population itself. And I also have to make my statement clear to Dato' Atan or to the Orang Asli community itself to say that there is no hard feelings or intention to belittle what Orang Asli community has been going through right now. It's very traumatizing and very destroying, I would say, because it's the heart of the whole community itself. Yeah. So we take note of your upfront payment, but at this moment, as we are only taking at the face of your report itself, I would suggest we will provide, as Fresh Veggie said, they have vacancy or job opportunity for you all to do the rehab on the land itself. Okay, that apart from that, as a gesture, good gesture from VTech, we will offer a monthly payment of 100,000 until the land is fully rehabilitated.
Oh, Madam Mediator, boleh, thank you, Miss COV. Boleh tak itemize what they are all offering so I and Alan can see clearly, if that is okay. Can you please take some time to list? I dah
Sure.
tua, I memang, yeah.
Okay, if I may summarize, what VTank and Fresh Veggie is offering is firstly a monthly stipend for affected
Siapa? Please
communities.
tell who is giving what.
Okay, so VTank is offering 100,000 per month on a monthly basis until the land is restored. At the same
Okay.
time, if Fresh Veggie is offering a contract to the affected community, a contract job or contract job opportunity for the affected communities, VTank will come in and pay 50% of the salary of that contract temp worker.
Itu je.
Okay?
Can I add on? Can I add on?
Sure, sure, go
Subject to
ahead.
non-disclosure of this incident.
Yes.
Okay, we will consider that. Okay. And then earlier
oh,
the
no.
land rehabilitation. No, sekejap Alan.
Yes, yes.
The
I
land
want to ask land rehabilitation because from my report I received it will take a lot of time to repair. And you need to also consider the
Yes,
losses we suffered about 1,100,200 like I mentioned earlier just now to Fresh Veggie.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why we
How
said
do you
we will
address
take-
that?
We will
Alright.
take the cost of the
Right, that
rehabilitation.
1.5. We're going to give you that 1.5 million.
Okay,
That's
sekejap. Fresh
taking
veggie
only,
bagi apa lagi?
Alright,
Fresh
as I
veggie
mentioned
bagi.
earlier,
Yes, please.
that only 1.5 million,
Hmm.
including
Bila
that technical assistance and also manpower. And that
Okay,
technical
Dato'
assistance
Atan
manpower
tu
does not
bagus
include.
tu. The system, because I saw Fresh Veggie, the system very good. Tally with my friend in
Yeah,
New Zealand.
Thank you, Alan.
Very good.
It's
I want 100 of that.
100 of what?
100 of what?
The system, the machine for you to make sure the soil and everything, because ours 10 acre and we want to make sure we got everything ready by 1 year. So I think
Alan,
100 is okay.
Anakku Alan, let me think. Instead of asking them 100, what if they make sure after this that moving forward, instead of kita tanya 100, they make sure their tangki semua tak ada leaking semua. That means they take an effort to make sure that their tangki tak leak. Is that better? Because they are offering. We now need to reach compromise. So kita dengar apa. Yes. What do you think? Gracie, CEO.
So, as mentioned by our mediator just now, first the job, the employment giving to your community. That's first. And then secondly, as I mentioned, from 1 million we put it at 1.5, and that's the max. Cannot more than that.
1.5 million, and then on top of the 1.5
Wait,
million, technical
I'm not
assistance.
gaslighting here, Madam Gracie. You so pretty. Not gaslighting. I'm telling you, why you alone? Why not VTank also want to pay a bit, just bit?
We have taken up our responsibility, and that's what they offer. Why do we want to voluntarily contribute to what they commit to this?
Okay,
Just to add one from Fresh Veggie, giving that 1.5 doesn't mean that we admit to that liability or responsibility, okay? Because we haven't come up with that report, independent report yet. So as I mentioned, that's the disclaimer to this. We have not admitted anything because we do not know what's the result of it.
Okay. Boleh.
Maybe we
Now,
could propose that since we are coming at 1.5 million, Miss Via, are you willing to pay their monthly salary while they are working in the rehabilitation?
Fresh Veggie,
So you could
see, Fresh Veggie, you see, I have already offering 100,000 per month to them, and 50% of their the salary of to your worker. I mean to the orang asli that work.
100,000 every month for
Yeah.
1 year.
No, who knows how long that you will take to rehabilitate that land? I'm giving unlimited time frame toward it. It's not a one lump sum payment of 1.5 million.
Well,
Okay.
Miss we appreciate the 100, but I think you have to negotiate with Fresh Veggie because 100 for a village of more than 1,000 people, how to sustain 100,000 for more than 1,000 people
No, you see, on
each
top of
month?
100,000, Fresh Veggie is willing to give 1.5 million.
Exactly.
And
And
we are also
100,000,
giving monthly salary. Yeah,
yeah, and
100,000
Monthly,
100,000 is
how
on a
much is the
monthly
month?
basis.
Okay, how much is the monthly salary per person? And you expect people like me to work as well, is it? Because so long with the money we've been earning, to sustain all of us. So now, of course, when you say you're offering job, to who you're offering to the job? All of us, including my wife, who is 79 years old as well.
Whoever was initially doing the earnings in the house with the land.
Yes, previously this wasn't the case, you know. Whatever earning in the farming was shared among all the villagers. Now only able-bodied person can earn. Is that what you are saying?
So
My
if I
question
may,
is,
if I may, so who is the one that take care of your crops, 10 acre crops before this, if not your villagers itself?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
villagers, it is villagers.
Yeah, so the people who are taking care of the crops will be working in the rehabilitation land
Yes.
now.
Okay, the question was, how much is their pay? Suddenly
That
you agree
depends on
without
their
clarifying this,
position.
without
But that depends on
clarifying.
their position and what are they assigned to.
Now position and what they're assigned to. Then tiba-tiba salary, 1 ringgit 1 hour, is it? You must
Of course, we
clarify
will
this.
follow Malaysia minimum
course.
wages, Dato'
Yes,
Atan.
agree.
We Thank is supporting Fresh Veggie at this time, is it?
No, we
No,
want
we
an
are just coming
amicable, we
together
want an
to
amicable
solve the
settlement,
problem. We just
Dato'
want a
Atan.
Yeah.
peaceful
Mm.
settlement.
Yes.
That's
So
all.
how much can you know how much you are paying each
The
person under the
mediator, I'm
Like
very
what-
sorry,
Like
madam,
what
but I
I told
feel
you.
like our right as aborigine is like right way they cut like that. What we
Yeah, I
aborigine
believe right now we
receive
are
minimum
discussing.
salary, Malaysian salary. What is this?
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we are willing to pay Malaysians minimum salary according to the law. We are not underpaying them.
We
On top
have
of
been
that-
here. We
On
have
top of
been
that,
here before Malaysia was formed.
Eastway is already giving 100,000 every month.
Okay,
And
just now I think what offered by Fresh Veggie has been established very well, but now the issue and the tense is on how VTEM would like to offer on the monthly salary basis. How would you
VTEM?
calculate that? Yes.
Why is it we mediator? I think you have to direct your question correctly. Fresh Veggie is the one that provides job opportunity and we are giving 50% of it. So the question should not be directing to VTech.
Okay, 50% of it. Can you please explain further? What do you mean by 50% of it?
I mean, they are the one that providing a job opportunity. How would I know like what job is given to them? You should ask
50%.
what job. You should ask them what job they are ready to offer before I can offer what is my 50% is about.
50%, does it mean salary from what the job
Yeah,
offered
we're
by
not
Fresh
clear on
Veggie?
that.
Am I understand it correctly? If you can assist?
correct, right,
Yes.
Miss V? 50% of what we are going to pay them for their salary, right?
Okay. So Fresh Veggie, what kind of job opportunity would you like to
Like
offer to
initially,
orang
whoever was
asli?
taking care of the crops. So definitely we need manpower, like more manpower to fasten the job. So that is what we are giving them the job opportunities, like similar job what we're doing before this in the land.
Dato' Atan, do you
Mediator.
have any problem on that? The job
Can
will be
some-
offered to those who suffered the loss of job before this. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
What
correct.
is not about those who lost job, the village as a whole lost its income. The income was shared. We live as a community. Maybe Miss Sun is from a city metropolitan where what she earns is for herself. But she must know orang asli lifestyle. I invite her personally to come and stay in my house to know how we live as a kampung community. Whatever earning, alat bagi tahu dia. That when we live as a community, what one person earn is shared among each other. So now you are expecting us to fit into your framework where what one person lost is what they earn back. How to fit into our
Then
lifestyle?
whatever the community earns, and then you all share among yourself. No,
Miss Tan, speak slowly and speak softly, please.
no. What I meant is, whatever the community earns as a full, then you all share among yourself.
Whatever the community earns, you still haven't established how much is the pay per person.
If I may suggest, since I'm a 50% contributor to these pages, yeah, what about we go like how can you come again? How many of you is affected by the job opportunity that is
It's not
lost?
about job. It's not Alan. Kita affect by job opportunity or village as a whole.
I know.
Yeah,
That's why okay.
community.
First, I have to establish how many of
Like-
you are able to work and earn for the community.
Okay,
Alan, ada
you
nampak?
know what? I think I understand where you coming from lah, Miss V. Okay, basically you want figure. I can say this 10 acre we have community father, mother, daughter. We didn't calculate 18 years below lah. Okay, so I would say we simply got 50 people at the moment. But if you want the actual figure, I can prepare the data.
No,
So
it's
let's
okay.
go
It's
with
okay.
figure
Since
50
we
first.
No, if I can suggest to Fresh Veggie, instead of us giving individual wages, what about we give them as a community wages on a monthly basis?
Yeah, I think that is.
Yes, we agree with that.
So,
We agree to
okay,
that.
then what is the figure of community wages? We don't
All
understand
right.
this.
Say for example, now you are suggesting that there are 50%, 50% that can work, right?
Let's
50
go with
or
that
15?
figure first.
Yes.
50 is it?
So can we out of good gesture, I'm willing to go like 2.5 per person per month, and we take it as a whole as a community wages per month.
Per person, is it?
Per person, is it?
Per person,
2.5%.
and then it will be contributed to the community per month.
So
Okay.
50
So we are
times
willing to take another
2.5.
2.5.
No,
So we are willing to put in another 2.5, which makes it 5.
So
no, I'm
5,000
saying no. I'm
per
suggesting.
person.
Sorry, Refugee. I'm suggesting 2.5 as a
In
whole.
total.
Yes, in total.
So 2.5 per person, you times 50,
It's about 125,000.
you
month.
pay per month to us as a community.
Yes.
I think for now, the figure is actually reasonable to sustain. However, you must make sure that all the medication, all the education, everything that all this time we already have, we don't
Oh.
have, right? Yeah, because the money you pay 2.5 only money salary, not education, not you know my
Okay,
my
okay.
mother
If you look
always
at how
Mediator, can I
much
interrupt?
do you
I
all
think we
how
should
much
have
do you all
a
make monthly?
I think we should have an exhaustive list of discussion. We shouldn't been opening to this and then additionally this and additionally this. I don't see any I don't see where we can go lah. From 1 million
Yeah,
to
I
100,000
understand
per
that you
month
all
and
need
additional
the exact
125,000
figures.
per month.
We are demanding a bit
Yes.
too much.
Yeah, if you
We
are
need
keep
the
on adding
exact
that,
figure.
then there is no ending to this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we should
exactly.
call it a day or I mean just about this thing. If this is
Okay.
orang asli community stand,
We-
I feel like we have been giving in a
we-
lot
we-
already.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
honest, based
Okay,
on the report that you produce at the face value itself, I did not challenge it and I did not do anything to it. And out of good gesture, we are offering this and that and that and that, and you guys are
Yes,
keep
yes,
asking
yes,
this
yes,
and
yes,
that and
yes,
that.
yes,
I
yes,
feel
yes.
like
Yeah.
if there is no limit to this thing, I don't see any reason for us to continue with this discussion
Yes.
at all.
Okay.
Yes.
If we
Let's
don't, we
take
are
a
going to
pause.
NGO. We are going to NGO, and we are going to go report. Your 50 billion is at stake, and her what?
Yeah, it's okay.
Government.
Then no one
It's
will be
okay,
then no
it's
one will
okay.
be
At least we could
rehabilitating
negotiate
your
with family
land.
will-
It's
yeah.
all right.
It's
Okay.
all right. We can
Yeah.
see
Let's-
in court.
let's-
No, I
Point of
will.
the mediation,
No, the
if you
thing.
keep it.
Our best case scenario here and is we are going to go to court. We will see you in court,
No
and
worries.
then
No worries.
we are going. Your 50 billion is at stake, and your what is that? Your government project is at stake as well. You are agreeing to that.
Yeah.
Because y'all are
We will
demanding
talk
and
in court
demanding. Y'all
with
are
a
just
joint.
adding
We
on
will
to
talk
it.
in
in
court
the
with a
end,
joint
community is
inspection
going to-
assessment.
At all. Don't tell me you all make 20 million a year.
There is something so simple. The initial request was 20 million. Instead of all this argument, you must know we are orang asli. Okay, we are
Are you
the
using your
indigenous people.
position? Are you using your position as an advantage to enrich yourself or what? We acknowledge that
Myself,
you are orang. We acknowledge that
excuse
you are
me.
orang asli, and we have been
Mhm.
offering out of goodwill since the starting of this mediation. What else do you want? On top of 100,000 per month for no reason, and then 125,000
Yes.
for wages, and now you're asking for education, medication, whatsoever.
And we
Where is the ending of this? Are you going to ask the sky?
1.5 million from
Yeah.
fresh wage as well.
Okay,
Yeah. You just
Alan.
consider that when we come up with what 1.5 million, it's out of our good gesture. It's not just
Yeah, and
simply
you also have to
No,
bear the payment for rehabilitation of the land. Don't
No,
forget
I-
about
Yeah.
that, yeah.
I was happy with the proposed earlier with what VTank was giving and Fresh VG was giving until Alan brought up his concerns about education. But instead of speaking well to us again, after all that we've been through, you decide to retaliate and speak rudely. And then you went off the way to say you'd rather cancel this, putting us in a position. I mean, we are in the position to just go to just as our protocol, as the usual. Again, like I say, we are not going out of the way to do this. It is our norm to go to release the files to the NGO, to let the NGO go run the news to the ministry. That is what you were suggesting. That was your very idea that we are going with. Just because Alan brought up about our children's education, again, from the earlier part, I told Miss Madam Mediator that we are being taken for granted, macam buang sampah, we are being treated. And, you have shown us your
What
color.
aspect you felt like buang sampah on you? Like, how did you treat
Then
it as
the
buang
way
sampah?
Alan brought up about education on top
Because
as a
she is
request.
just topping up the expenses, which is not fair to us. We already covered
Okay,
what we have
I
damaged,
know.
more than what we have covered.
But
That's why
if you,
mediation is here. Mediation is here for you to discuss instead of to just burst at us. You must understand, we are the victim here. Okay?
no,
We are the victim
if
here.
you are talking about victim, now we have to talk about victim, is it? Is there any proof that the tank is in faulty condition?
Ask
That
Fresh
is in the
Veggie, no?
report.
Isn't that our report? You suggested an independent report. All that was coming to a close. Alan had
Yeah.
simply just asked for our children because you
How
brought
can
up
she just
about
simply
working
ask things
adults.
like that on top
Because
and on top and
all
top?
of us are affected. All of us. Miss Tan, are you listening that all of us are affected?
Yes,
Do you
because
please
all of you
understand,
are
Miss
affected.
Tan?
Because
Miss
all of you
Tan,
are affected.
Miss Tan,
That's
are
why out
you
of
listening?
goodwill,
Miss
we
Tan, what goodwill? This
Dato'
goodwill,
Atan,
I
I
don't like
believe
this.
Miss
I
San
don't
would
like
like
this.
to say something. Can we let her say something first? After that,
I
you
don't like the
can
term
finish.
goodwill. Madam Mediator, I don't like the term goodwill. That she has just answered her own question about in which way it looked like buang sampah. She's saying goodwill. Are we goodwill to you? Are we goodwill to you, Miss Tan?
you see, you
Are
have
we
been
goodwill to you,
we
Miss Tan?
proposed with a very fair amount. Since the orang asli people, they asked for a bit more, we agreed to it. And now you're asking for more. Where
more?
is the
A bit more. Do you see the proportionate from original 20 million to 1.5 and 100K per month?
how do you justify the 20 million to us?
What was our research showing then?
That's your research, Dato' Atan.
That's our research. Okay. You said you were going to do your own research. On top of that, Alan was just asking about our children to cover base of all who were affected. Instead of treating our children kindly, our future, our land being destroyed, our land being repurposed, our land being taken away, you come and talk to us in a
No one is
discriminatory
taking
manner.
away your land. Your land is not destroyed
Still there.
permanently. We
No,
already filed a petition to it.
the rehabilitation, according to the case, rehabilitation involves planting trees. The planting trees is going to take up the technique of land, which cannot be
Dato'
used
Atan,
anymore.
Dato' Atan, if I may, I believe the representative that you bring to this mediation center should have some logic lah. Okay, you cannot say like she simply raised education for kids, but on top of that, she must understand what about the fresh veggie 1.5 million one-off payment? And what about WeTank
All that is
100,000
agreed
per
to.
month payment?
All that was agreeable too. My point is,
Yes,
as
I'm
mediation,
saying,
in talking heart
when
to
she
heart,
asked,
she was just
my point
asking
is,
about our future.
Dato' Atan, my point is, when she asked for education, did she take into consideration of all our goodwill? Did you
Again,
guys?
goodwill. Madam Minister, I tak suka perkataan goodwill. The
Okay,
whole
so
point
if there
for
is
us
no
to be treated with
terms
dignity.
goodwill, right? What is the point of this negotiation? What is the point of this mediation? Dato' Atan?
Compensation and reparation. Our interest has been set forth to
Okay,
restore
so to
our
you,
land and to sustain
okay,
us.
Dato' Atan, if I may put it correctly, so to you, this mediation is held for you. We have to pay for
really.
your compensation. We have to pay for what you said mean to be your compensation. Is it? There is no
Yeah,
compromise from your side.
the
Are you saying
compromise
that?
is
And
you don't
also,
want
you have been using your Orang Asli status against us and publication, advertisement, and also of that against us. Are you saying that this is your position right now?
Miss Mediator, to answer Miss Lee, tanya about compromise, we already stepped down initially from 20 million. On top of that, the bigger part here is the confidentiality that you request. The big stake for you is confidentiality, which we were willing to offer. All Alan asked was about the children's welfare. Again, we are establishing that we as a community, a whole, affected, not just the working class, but as a whole. All Alan mentioned was about children. Instead of taking it with grace, you decided to retaliate and treat our children as nothing. And then you went on to say, in your very own words, you don't want to proceed with this. That is okay for us, because the best case scenario for us is
Okay, since the other party don't want to come to a compromise, I think
Okay.
we should just end this here. No point, because everybody is getting emotionally disturbed.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Understand that mediation can actually be challenging. So, especially when issues are significant and each of us are affected deeply. So, I can see that the discussion has become very intense, and continuing in this state may not help us move forward constructively. So, for the integrity of the process and out of respect of everyone here, I will suggest that we pause the mediation for now, but um, to I would like to say this, that this does not close the door to resolution. So it simply gives everyone the space needed to actually cool down and consider the options that has been presented today. We can definitely reconvene at a later date when the parties feel ready to continue in a more productive environment. And once each of the parties have had the time to reflect or came up with a better solution, please inform us as the mediators if you wish to schedule a follow-up session. Yes, Dato' Atan and V.
Thank you, Madam Mediator. So, thank you. It appear kita tak dapat resolve the issue. So in that case, tak apa. I don't think another mediation makes sense in this scenario with how our relationship is. So Alan, I and our community will proceed with making the complaint to the ministry and, expose the report to the NGO. And, on our terms and as our right as Orang Asli, we on our own terms will claim for interim compensation from the government, and then we will continue with litigation lah. So just informing we dengan Fresh Veggie, because this is our, alternative, because this negotiation tak dapat laku. Just letting you know, Madam Mediator, because Alan and I don't think we want to come back and be vilified in this kind of manner and this kind of tone where we are goodwill, where I Datuk ketua kampung pun kena cakap, this Datuk Atan, So yes, we tried to understand, and all it came to was our anak-anak cucu cicit, just to ask about them that this outburst has happened. Clearly shows that we are not even valued, that we are all looked at as just money value. Or when you look at muka kita, muka Alan, semua just SSS, money dollar sign. Bila bawa anak-anak, terus nak retaliate, nak outburst. So kita just terus dengan our best alternative.
Okay, Dato',
lah.
I think
Thank
it's all
you.
unnecessary.
Okay, thank you, Dato' Atan. Okay, Fresh Veggie, would you like to say something? Before we end our session today?
No, I think we will let Miss Wee talk first.
Yes,
Because
Miss
she
V.
First of all, I want to talk to Dato' Atan to say that we Tang still sympathize on what has happened to the whole Orang Asli community itself. I mean, we have not reached an agreement today. Does not mean that we Tang's door is closed. We maintain our position on what we have offered earlier, but we also wanted to say there must be an exhaustive list of what you have been you were to us. All right. If you say, for example, you must understand from our point of view, from the starting of this mediation, we have been giving in all the way. We have been giving in, despite you also being the person that give in. We must say all parties here is keep giving in. It's fair for us to retaliate or whatsoever. I feel like it's fair, and we cannot lose focus on what is the utmost important here. Not to mention my 50 billion project or my listing project. I'm saying your Orang Asli community itself. What about your community itself? How are you gonna make your community sustain throughout this period of the suit or whatsoever? You understand Orang Asli getting compensation from government is not easy. It takes time. Process is long. I don't see any reason for you to insist on your alternative if there is a way. I mean, if to be fair, I feel like 1.5 million from Fresh Veggie and 100,000 per month from VTech itself is more than enough to cover your medication and also education itself. If you are still open, I can spend another 10 minutes for us to finalize the agreement between the parties. And if you say that you don't want to, I respect Orang Asli community as a whole, and we also still sympathize on what has happened on the land itself.
Okay, thank you, Miss V. Understood on that. What do you say, Dato' Atan?
From Fresh Veggie, we also the doors are still open, as we do still care about the relationship we have with them, as it's been a really long relationship. And we are also affected by the lands gone. So we can still give in a bit of time if maybe they reconsider of what we are giving them. Because I think it's really a good opportunity, because if they go for litigation and they go to the court and all, they're going to spend more money on that.
Yes, and I would say it's not about money.
Cheap.
I would say now it's not about money. If I may, I feel like now it's not about the money. I feel like it's about the Orang Asli community itself. And I think the utmost urgent thing is to rehabilitate your heart and also your elderly youngster that needs education, medication, livelihood, which are all at stake right now. I think we should address this instead of any other monetary things.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Now I see some light for us to find solution. Okay. I think for education, I heard this thing called CSR, like company come teaching us. You know, those kind of initiative is actually a good idea. Also about monetary, maybe we can find a way to, so that, because we cannot let the farm to be in damaged situation in long time. So let's find a way, because I think Fresh Veggie very good. The I can tell you, I have seen them, their system very good. I think they can make sure we refurbish everything within 1 year, I tell you. So right now, what we feel right is how we want to make sure our farm and the soil is back to the status quo. And also the loss that we suffered, about 1.2 million, that is just the beginning based on the data. Maybe what I can do at my end, because your side, you have a report, right, that you want to do, right? I okay with report, but we already have report. You want report, right? So what report I have, and then I can give you data, basically what is it that we require, so that we can quantify the figure. That I think that's reasonable, Dato'.
Alan, I have another plan. Instead of all that we agree, because it was so specific, the more I think about the as Ketua Kampung, and I realize, I just say this, our people, our young men, our young women working in the farm, and making money for our community is not the same as them working for a company under contract. That is not our life. We are this village people, we are indigenous people. It is different. It is not the same. So instead, I just take a step back from what I said earlier about, going to court and, just skipping this mediation, because we thank and Fresh Veggie as said they're open. So instead of monthly a monthly payment and employing our sons and daughters, this is what I am offering as a suggestion based on brainstorming with Alan, and you see what you think. Okay, if we shape this as a stage compensation package lah, stage compensation package. So earlier, like what I said, just listen only. Upfront pay, I don't need anything else from you. Just follow. Up, and then you divide and see who wants to take which. Upfront flat from 3 to 5 million. So okay lah, at this stage we take 4 in between, 4 million cash. And then on top of that, the technical support that you are giving to restore our land. At this point also, okay, you are going to plant the big trees that take up our 10 acre. Okay, boleh je. You give the technical support. And then because of this, depending on the milestone, also the 4 million. This is to ensure that you don't delay. The more you delay, the more you have to pay. So that means there's a safeguard for our lake dome lah. And then for our in return, we give you confidentiality. Okay, no, this won't go out anywhere like you wanted. You get to keep your dealings with the government and all that. But in return, not about in return, you're already giving us this if you agree. Just for our last part, the little loophole about our reputation, kan I dah bagi tahu, even if we can continue farming eventually, people are scared to buy because of contamination. So a joint public statement, say from us, and because Fresh Veggie dekat dengan kita je, our neighbor, so VTank is not involved here. A joint public statement clearing orang asli, clearing kita, us of this wrongdoing. That means you orang can say that the contamination accusations were false. This one is for Fresh Veggie lah, you know or not? And so we get our 4 million upfront, and then monthly, not monthly, based on milestone 4 million, and then the technical support to restore, and then this clearing of name. How you want to divide? Who's going to pay the upfront?
Dato', can I just add one more? You see, we are very famous. Okay, we are very famous. Actually, we can actually help for you to get a good idea about your company, especially you, Miss V. We can actually say good things about you, how you help us. Those can help you to win the heart of the government to give you the tender and whatever. I don't know, this is idea, but I think if we work like that, then it will become a better place.
So what is your proposal here?
So the proposal, okay, Alan say in return for your support and your compensation, the goodwill to the government. Okay, that is the secondary part. The first part, the stage compensation, the upfront 4 million, and then 4 million according to milestones you guys set, and this division of money you plan. VTank and Fresh Veggie divide to yourself, and technical support also you all decide who give. And then from Fresh Veggie, because to clear our name and so that people don't scare, clear us of the allegations that our soil was contaminated, so that we too boleh jalan our business.
Right,
So
can I
if I may summarize, you are asking 4 plus 4.
4 plus the 4 according to milestone. That is the
Meaning?
safeguard. The second 4 is according to milestone. That means
Milestone meaning?
Meaning within the year. The framework was within a year, right, to restore. So if you extend beyond that beyond that 1 year, then you'd have to give another 4 million. So it goes by the year lah, you know or not. So total is 8 million. So I mean,
But if we
the
finish
upfront
it by
is
1 year, we only pay 4 million.
that, excluding the upfront lah. Upfront is separate. If you finish within the 1 year, that 4 million lah. So
So that means
altogether
you're
will be
asking
8.
about 8 million in total.
How you divide is between, that is what we are willing to offer, because you said let's take a step back and discuss, you know.
All right, Dato'
Okay.
Atan, I get your point. I note your request, your final request, I would say, as 4 million and staggered payment of 4 millions, like you say, according to milestone. And on top of that, your technical and say, for example, the joint statement you and Fresh Veggie will be issuing.
And confidentiality for everyone.
Can I give a last counter offer, which is instead of this 8 million, which if you say 50-50, our company will be bear the 4 million of it. I would say, since VTank don't want to have any further claim on this thing, we will pay a lump sum payment of 3 million, and that's for full and final settlement for VTank part.
If you pay 3 million, the remaining out of the 8, because total is 8 from my request, then Fresh, you have to count in with them. Fresh,
Yeah,
okay to cover.
Yeah, I
No.
haven't
Counter,
mentioned
we
my
haven't
part.
counter offer from
Yep,
our side.
Okay.
Okay, since
Alright.
you are coming, you are offering 8 million, and Miss
yeah.
V is willing to pay 3 million. We are also willing to come up with 3 million. I think it's like a fair middle point where we can
Yeah.
meet.
But
So
can
that
I
means-
add some
But
more?
our payment will be a one-off payment. We will not pay it in staggered stages.
We will
Okay, that
also,
means the upfront cash, yang I faham,
that means we don't have
upfront
an upfront
cash.
cash. We come with a
Yeah.
full
No,
settlement of 6 million.
no. From what I understand, Miss V said, the upfront cash is the 3 million. And then because the safeguard of the reparation from, I assume, Miss V, I assume Fresh Veggie will be doing the reparation, the technical support. So to keep them safeguard from extending beyond the year, they will be the one doing the staggered. So if they finish within 1 year, all they have
We
to
will
cover
give you
is
3
only
million. But if
3.
we yes, but if we go beyond 3 million, then we will. But
Yeah.
we will finish
I-
it by 1 year.
Yeah.
And we will
Can I? May I?
Dato'
Yeah.
Atan, can I advise you from the point of law itself, even though I'm not a lawyer, but I do a lot of due diligence, and maybe I can advise you on that. I would say a full and final settlement, say 3 million from me and 3 million from Fresh Veggie will be better for you in terms of not going into a staggered payment. Reason being is that you needing to recover that staggered payment in the event of non-payment at all is a hassle for you. Second, I suggest you to impose liquidated acceptance damages for late completion of the project or whatsoever, instead of asking this staggered payment, because I believe all of us want a one-off payment and settle this case amicably.
So practically, how it play out? The law, I tak faham law.
Yeah,
So
practically we will
So-
drop an agreement for a one-off payment if you are willing to, and then if say they extend or did not finish their rehabilitation within a year, then you can charge them, say, another like say 500,000 per month of delay.
That was the plan actually. Maybe I
Yeah.
tak faham the law. The upfront is 3, you cover. Memang. Then Fresh Green pay the lump sum 3 million. Only if they extend the 1 year, then that liquidated yang you kata, instead of 500, memang lagi sekali 3 million. That is what we were saying. That is to make sure, safeguard that they don't delay above 1 year. Is that right?
Depends on Fresh Veggie.
Yeah, but that is what memang itu yang what I was saying.
Alright.
So
Can
instead of the 4 bagi 3 lah.
Alright. May I add some more? Okay,
Siapa tu?
considering
Okay.
our relationship, Dato' Atan, right? Considering our long relationship together, and after listening to your concern about the education and medication of your community and your kids, yeah, as mentioned by my lawyer just now, we are offering like 3 millions, but I would like to add some more, that we are going to give your proper educations to your children in your community during that 1 year, during that, you know, like, because you are still struggling to rebuild everything back, right? So we are willing. I mean, like in terms of, I mean, like we are giving that 3 millions, and on top of that, we also give that like provide that any necessary educations or medications that you guys need. All right.
Alan,
In terms
itu
of
nama, sorry, CEO, I just tak faham. So dia macam community service lah.
CSR, right?
CSR, so
As
macam
mentioned,
community.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Dato'. Dato',
faham.
CSR is what all company is
corporate
doing
responsibility.
to
Yes,
us, especially to help us in health, education, everything. This one
Okay,
is very promoted by all country, Dato'.
okay anakku, thank you anakku.
Right, that's all.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
because we have been friends for a long time. So yeah,
Yeah.
considering that. Yep.
I tahu you Grasi, yang lawyer kau je. Okay lah. Boleh lah. Mediator, you kerja mediator, advice macam mana? So kita agree atau like
Yeah, Dato' Atan, I noted on that point of boleh lah. Could I conclude that this mediation is successful? Then you all reach some settlement agreement that we can sign after this. Okay, so basically there are 4 points. Firstly, the upfront 4 million shared together, in total 8 million. The technical support and manpower to restore the land. Joint public statement.
Zar, if I may, it's 3 million, 3 plus 3.
3 plus 3, okay, sorry on that. Okay, thank you, Man. And of course, the confidentiality for everyone. The details later we will draft in the settlement agreement. That's a general one. Can I propose that everyone on the same page?
Yes.
Sorry, as from VTech point of view, we do not agree to sign a detailed agreement later. We will prefer everything set by today itself. Yeah.
Yep.
And as I suppose,
Later,
Dato' Atan,
as in-
if I may, I don't think there is any other details for us to add in because it's a simple monetary compensation and need no details to be added into it. So from our point will be 3 million. If I may repeat, 3 million upfront, one-off payment, and also your guarantee of confidentiality. That's all. That's all asking from us.
That is from V, right? Betul.
Yes.
Thank you, V.
Yes.
Then thank you, Hood, as well. Yeah.
But then with fresh veggie, further elaboration on the settlement agreement.
Fresh veggie yang macam V kata lah, yang liquidated asset yang kalau delay 1 year, that I think that is the extra detail kan? You assume is that so?
Yes.
If I may,
Yes, please.
okay, all the details will be recorded in a settlement agreement today. If the parties can wait for maybe like 30 minutes, then we can type that out, have the parties reviewed, and then we can close this mediation session.
Agree.
Is that okay?
Agree.
Yes.
Agree.
We also is that all? Itu je ke?
Yes.
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 That's
Yes.
it.
Boleh, yeah, I agree with this. Alan,
Are you
agree
happy
ke tak?
with the decision? The Dato' and
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And yes, I just wanted to say thank you je lah, tu je. Thank you. Yeah. All right. I don't know what else to say.
Thank you everyone. From Fresh Veggie, we also appreciate that Dato' Atan as the head of the community itself, and to know elect fighting for their rights, and also from Ms. B as well. Thank you for coming and try to to settle everything out. And I'm glad that we managed to achieve something out of this mediation. That's all from us.
Miss V, would you like to say anything?
No.
Before I close?
I would
thank you.
conclude that my 3 million and confidentiality, that's all.
Okay, thank you parties for your cooperation, time, patience, and constructive approach at last throughout the mediation session today. I'm pleased to confirm that the parties have reached a mutually acceptable resolution. The next step, as my co-mediator said, we will sign the formalized agreement by signing the settlement document in detail. So you can read it first and agree on it and sign after this, okay? So yeah, that agreement surely which will reflect the terms that we discussed today. One sign, I would like to say that this agreement will be binding on both parties, on all the parties. So yeah, I think that will be all for today, and congratulations on achieving positive outcome. Thank you.
Thank you.